Good morning, my dear friends. How are you all today? May the blessings of our loving Father fill our hearts and life with great joy and hope for a wonderful future. Today, I'd love to share about what is our real belonging and what does it lead our life to. The postmodern culture emphasizes on who I am and my life belongs to me. I own it. And our life is defined by what we possess, both intellectually and materially, and the status we have that defines who we are. But the biblical understanding of who we are is not by I possess my life and I am defined by what I have. It is the other way. Who possesses us? Who owns us? Who do we really belong to? It is God. We belong to God. And that brings us the greatest comfort and strength for our existence. I belong to a mighty God who protects me, loves me, guides me. When I stray away, brings me back to Him. Whoever claim myself, whoever claims me for him or for her, and none of those claiming is more valuable compared to God claiming me to be His. And that makes a great sense. St. Paul always writes to his audiences that you belong to Christ and you belong to Him alone. He says, it is not I, but Christ lives in me. So this belonging to God and to Christ, that makes a huge difference for each one of us. That deep sense of belonging to God brings many other changes. On the day of baptism, the priest draws the sign of the cross on the forehead of the child. I claim you for Christ by this signing of the cross on your forehead, and I invite your parents, godparents, to do the same. Christ claims you for His own. That belonging makes a world of difference for each one of us Christians. We can never get out of that sense of belonging to Him. That consciousness and awareness bring us the true joy of living in Him. From that relationship of we all belong to Him, that flows, that relationship, if that is the case, believing is not a matter of compulsion. I trust to whom I belong to. It is not a Himalayan or Herculean task to believe in someone whom we really belong to, isn't it? If we have that trusting and faithful relationship with God to whom we belong always, that inseparable belonging to God, if it is there, what is there to believe Him? You don't need extra effort to do that. It flows into our life when we understand our belonging to Him. So it is inseparable realities. If we belong to Him and we acknowledge it, not like the modern understanding of I and my life belongs to me and I am determined by what I own and possess more and more. A consumeristic understanding of who am I. No. This is a God belonging understanding. I belong to Him, so I believe Him. I trust Him. I trust that He will take care of every need I have and lead me always to the righteousness of life. If these two things are so clear, then behaving as a wonderful child of God is not a moral obligation, rather, an obligation emerges out of love for the Lord to whom I belong to. The whole moral rightness or moral righteousness comes out of my belonging to Him as a good child of God. I don't feel it as a burden that I have to behave correctly or rightly, doing the right moral things. They don't arise out of a compulsion, rather, my generous love for that God, respecting that relationship, reverencing that relationship, I offer myself joyfully to a good moral behavior. So I behave well. I do right things. I do right things for myself and for others. Just think about it. Belonging and believing the right God. So my behavior becomes also praiseworthy. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. Blessings.